What's up, guys? I am Tyler Hosley, and this week we got a new Rob Zombie album, a new Scream movie, and a new Resident Evil game on the same fucking day. My dick is so chafed right now, guys. It's like rub raw.
Yay.
I'm Kevin Matthews, Scottish film fan living in England, and this week I didn't realise my pick for the show would be quite so timely, but it is. And we've all agreed that we are not going to dwell on why it is so timely, but the fact that it is so timely is just underlining the whole timeliness of it all being very, very timely.
Hi, I'm Craig. Film enjoy living in England, and like if you hear a sizzling sound on the recording tonight, that's the part of Kevin's brain that makes puns, and it's just like frying like an egg when he realises we covered a film about Tourette's and a film called Sworn to Justice, and we're going to need an episode title that combines those two. It'll be like the movie A Beautiful Mind in Kevin's house over the next 24 hours. Just hundreds and hundreds of notebook pages just spread across the place. I'm really looking forward to what you come up with, Kevin.
I'm Dave Gray, and this week I learned it doesn't matter how tough the school is, there's still some delinquent that will rule it in a take no prisoners battle royale after 25 minutes in a Japanese movie. And this is Raiders of the Podcast.
Woo!
Well, that was a distinct reference to a movie I accidentally purchased called Terrifying Girls High School Lynch Law Classroom. It's a 1973 Japanese pinku film in the delinquent girls subgenre of Toei's Pinky Violence series.
Who did you buy that for, Dave? For yourself or
no,
a relative?
I bought it for my niece. Crunchyroll was having a sale, and she was like, "Hey, can I look at stuff?" And I went, "Sure, just pop it in the cart." I didn't even think, oh, hey, maybe they have live action Pinkus on sale on Crunchyroll, but now I know. Check the basket. Don't just press buy. Yeah, I've learned my lesson. I haven't learned my lesson. This is such bullshit. Like, I'm going to say, I learned my lesson. Bullshit. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do something like this again because I'm dumb. But it's not bad. I enjoyed it. So someday, let's say maybe next January, or when I get really bored and want to have some fun, you guys will watch it. So that'll be good. It's actually notable to be the first film to depict what they call an omarashi fetish, which is arousal from having a full bladder and wetting yourself.
Okay.
So it's art. I also saw the 1988 horror. I'm going to call it a horror sci-fi Demon Warp, which is a lot of fun. Actually, it's about a group going after a Bigfoot type creature, but they stumble into a nest of aliens as well, and it just kind of goes from there. It co-stars George Kennedy, and I had an absolute blast with. Like, it's cheap. It's not like good, but it's also wonderful. If that makes sense.
That's just Vinegar Syndrome all over.
It was as a matter of fact, yes, it was. It was a Vinegar Syndrome film. I followed that up with the 1992 indie comedy, The Bikini Car Wash Company, which is streaming on Arrow. Because, well, they used to show it all the time on USA Up All Night when I was a kid, and I had fond memories of it. That is not a fun movie. That is a bad movie. But do you know what it has a lot of? I bet you could guess this.
Tits?
Yes. So it basically lived up exactly to what it was in my memory. And I finished my week with the 2025 drama Surratt by Oliver Lax. It's about a father searching for his missing daughter. along with his son and a group of ravers in Morocco. He got like 11 Goya awards last year.
Cool.
Yeah, or nominations. I don't know how many it won. It was also nominated for Best International Feature at the Academy Awards last year, and I think it was nominated for Best Sound also, or for this year. They haven't done that ceremony yet. It's nominated for the next one. It's good. You should watch it if you haven't, or if you haven't heard of it. You should watch it. It is worth your time. I enjoyed it. 2 thumbs up. And I finished my week, because I forgot about this one until just now, with a movie called Registered Sex Offender. A friend of mine recommended it. It's a mockumentary comedy. It features Nick Offerman. It is weird and uncomfortable, but it is also hilarious at parts, which makes it even more weird and uncomfortable. So, yay. I know you have questions, T.
I do. I do. I wrote it down on my list, so we're definitely gonna be watching that one day. I love Nick Offerman too, so
Yeah, I mean the story is weak and the mockumentary doesn't quite work, but it has a lot of really funny parts. And like, if this would have been like a TV series, this could have been like, I'm trying like Strangers of Candy level fun. I love Strangers with Candy.
mm-hmm.
It's like right there. It almost works, but instead it's just it's not bad. You'll enjoy it. So there's that, and that's me.
I had the most deranged double bill of my life yesterday, and it was only really a double bill because I watched one and then I watched the other immediately after. But I guess that makes it a double bill. So I started with my first ever Buster Keaton movie, which was Sherlock Junior from 1924. I liked that a lot. There was lots to like about it. Like, you consider, like, the superhuman status of like Buster Keaton. It's quite impressive how much like everyman energy, it's a kind of sad sack everyman energy that he has. I really like that about him. I thought it was sweet. I thought it was funny. The tricks and the stunts are incredible. Obviously, they're like way ahead of the times in terms of how they're designed and performed in a way that shows so many of the possibilities of film as a medium. Like, it was pushing the medium like really, really far, and that was really, really impressive. Like, I really liked it. I didn't love it, which I expected to, and I almost feel like I'm a bad person for not loving it. But I'm gonna watch The General this week and see if I just need to acclimatize to this type of filmmaking, because it's very, it's not particularly story based. It doesn't have they don't have strong narratives. So I'm going to see if it's just a need to acclimatize to this kind of filmmaking, or maybe Buster Keaton will just be someone I like and admire rather than really, really love. But it was really good. I assumed seeing my first Buster Keaton movie I would love it, but maybe it's not his strongest film either. I don't know. You all seen Sherlock Junior?
I have not.
I mean, it's fantastic.
I mean, yeah, I really, really liked it, and I got to see I actually got to see the dive through the suitcase in in situ in a film, and it's such an impressive little moment. Yeah, I really liked that. And then, like I said, double bill. I I followed that up with Bigfoot versus Krampus, which it's like borderline indescribable. Like, if I say to you guys, Bigfoot versus Krampus, we're all thinking the same kind of thing, yeah? Like, D-list actors, very winky, like the worst CGI you've ever seen in your fucking life. But it's not that. It's something new and more horrible. This is like 90% of the footage in this film is basically just royalty-free assets that come with Unreal Engine. So it's it's characters for making video game cutscenes, or practicing making video game cutscenes, and it's 90% that with some horrendous like ADR voiceovers, plus some stock footage and even some clip art to make something that could be considered a film. I mean, it's advertised as a film. It's the third film in the Bigfoot versus saga. It turns out I had absolutely no idea, because it would have made more sense if I'd watched Bigfoot versus the Illuminati and followed that up with Bigfoot versus Megalodon, but I didn't. So I probably missed a lot of backstory and nuance. But at best, like, the story was, I think, Bigfoot. Obviously, Bigfoot's in it, and he sounds like a roided out Urkel for some reason. Bigfoot, Princess Callie, and her baby daddy VH, who is like a multi-generation clone of Van Helsing. They're defending a space station that contains like the last vestiges of the human race from Krampus, obviously. From Krampus and Satan and a werewolf and a clown and a jack-o'-lantern and anything else that came free with the director's purchase of Unreal Engine. And also there is a side plot where the Van Helsing clone goes to an android brothel to get laid because his pregnant wife refused him a blowjob in the first fucking scene of this film because she has morning sickness, and he storms off in a hissy to fuck androids. And I say all this knowing it sounds like way more fun, or at least funny. It's just not. It just is not. It is basically just a series of conversations between, the characters that came free with this program, and they're just having conversations and threatening each other with inconceivable motives, and I don't understand. 1 minute, Satan is in a wheelchair, by the way. No reason is given, but Satan is in a wheelchair and he's quoting John Milton, and then suddenly he's having an argument with a kind of just about legally distinct T800, and then the T800 has an argument with Krampus, who has an argument with a werewolf flying a spaceship, and it's just nonsense. It's Italian brain rot video game cutscenes of a movie. It makes no sense. It's almost unwatchable, but oddly fascinating in places, because you just want to know how this guy is getting away with it, and how there are 5 of these. I don't want to watch anymore, so what I've said to myself is the only way I'm returning to the franchise is if I decide to take you guys with me. So it could be in the future. It depends if I can cope.
Good to know. So the general is good for a second, Buster Keaton, but if I may make some suggestions.
Okay.
Ones that I think you will enjoy more is 1 Week. It's one of his short films. It's crazy ambitious and really neat. Steamboat Jr., which is one of the best set pieces of all time. The Goat and The Haunted House.
All right, then. Add it to the list. I always just assumed that the General was the one everyone considered to be a masterpiece, so I put it on my list. But
The General
on my list too.
The General is really good. I'm not saying it's not. I just would put these slightly above it, personally speaking. The big one is Sherlock Jr., but these might land a little better for you.
Okay. Has anyone else seen? No. Seen Bigfoot versus Krampus?
No, that is the kind of movie I would watch, but no, not yet.
It's very painful. If we do watch a film from this series, I don't know whether to just choose Bigfoot versus the Illuminati and we all watch that, or I choose Bigfoot Goes to Hell and force Kevin to watch the 4 movies leading up to Bigfoot Goes to Hell. I'm not sure. I'm undecided.
That feels very, very cruel.
Yeah, it's I mean, good luck to this guy. He's making films for nothing because he's getting friends to do the voiceovers. Everything he uses is free. So these films literally cost no pound, no dollars, no cents. So good luck to him. But they're painful. Then last one, I needed something that would scoop my brain up off the floor and put it back into my head after that. So I did what I've been promising myself that I would do since we watched Educating Rita a couple of months ago, and I rewatched Get Carter. I love Get Carter. Like, lots of people talk about nihilistic films, and generally they just mean films with downbeat endings, which aren't particularly nihilistic. For me, like, Get Carter is a truly fucking nihilistic film. I mean, it does have a downbeat ending, but it's like the climax of that film has the most. It has more humanity in it than anything that comes before. Like, even though it's like a violent, there are a couple of violent murders in it. At least there's like a little strain of humanity in it. But everything that comes before is just like, the more I watch it, the less I see characters and plots and motivations, and instead I just see like a pit full of animals just wading through filth to claw and gouge at each other. It's unsettling how grey and dirty and nihilistic this film is, and I love it for that. Like, Caine's incredible. I fucking love Michael Caine. He's just this like stone-faced golem bludgeoning his way through the film, and it makes me wonder how Caine would have fared as James Bond, because sometimes people talk about James Bond or versions of a character, and they talk about him as being like a blunt instrument, and that's Carter to a T. That's exactly how he plays Carter, just a blunt instrument bludgeoning his way to the truth. And yeah, I think Caine would have been a great Bond. I don't think he was ever what they wanted, but I think he would have been great. I love the score, Get Carter, beautiful jazzy score. I love the cinematography. I think the thing I love the most, apart from Caine, is the location work, because all the locations they pick for this film are just absolutely bursting with like atmosphere and character. Like, the last 10 minutes of this film are incredible in a lot of different ways, but the location that the last 10 minutes of this film take part in is just the most ugly and depressing square kilometre of land that has ever existed on the face of the earth. Like, the sea is dark grey and there's just grit and mud and there's nothing. It just really sums up the nihilistic qualities of the film. It's, ugh. Yeah, I love Get Carter. I mean, Long Good Friday, still my favourite British gangster film. But yeah, this one's always kind of nipping at his heels, and it's just a damn good movie. I assume everybody has watched Get Carter.
Yeah, we covered Get Carter also, didn't we?
I can't remember. Maybe.
I don't think so, because I haven't seen it, so no.
You haven't seen it?
Oh,
What the
I've
fuck
seen
is wrong with us? We have failed you.
I've seen the Stallone one.
I knew you were going to say that, Tyler. I was about to warn you.
We have to. I know we've done. Yeah, we had to have done Get Carter.
No, we did. I promise, because I've never seen the original.
Oh, you would
That's-
fucking love Get
That's
That's
Carter.
insane. Yeah, that is so like up your alley, dude.
It's a horrible film, and it is brilliant. And Michael Caine, it's my favourite Michael Caine performance as well. Although I will say, like, I love Michael Caine, but I'm such a fake fan because I have not seen Alfie and I have not seen The Italian Job. Also, haven't seen
No, we
Zulu
did do The
or The
Italian
Man Who Would Be
Job.
King. I probably wasn't here though. Remember, I missed
Yeah,
500 episodes. So
Did we do the Italian Job?
yeah, we totally did The Italian Job.
I don't think we did, Dave.
We 100% did the fucking Italian. I am looking at the list. We did the fucking Italian Job.
now, Tyler, I assume you have not seen The Italian Job, but you've seen the remake.
I've seen both Italian Jobs.
Ah,
I just haven't seen Get Carter. I don't know why I haven't seen Get Carter, but I saw that. Well, look, now, to be fair, I saw that Stallone movie back in fucking 2000 before I even knew about the original. So I just watched it because it was Stallone. But I do need to get to the original.
oh, well, we're gonna have to watch it again. I'm gonna have
I
to
would
watch it
have
again soon,
sworn
though,
we
so
did
we
Get
can
Carter. I am
treat Tyler to it.
shocked. Looking at all the 1971 movies we've done, and they're mostly good stuff. but except there's always vanilla. But like,
And
not
I've
get
I've
murdered.
not got
So
the
weird.
Italian Job on our list.
I know we fucking saw it because I've watched it and I hate that movie.
I mean,
I
what
hate
can I
that
tell
movie,
you?
and I have seen it in the last few years, which means we 100% covered it. It was for this. I would not have watched that on my own.
I think you did.
I
I've seen
no,
the I've seen the
I did,
remake of Alfie with Jude
I did
Law.
not.
You name a Michael Caine film, and Tyler has watched the remake
I have.
in cinemas.
Twice,
I did see Alfie in the cinema. Actually, I did. But that was a
at
long time ago.
least
But I did.
twice.
Hey, I like Jude Law, so I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. I haven't seen it or
Oh,
the
that's all right.
original. So
It's all right. It's not too bad.
I mean, at the end
you
of the
know
day,
Lynn. We all know Lynn.
Yeah.
We all love Lynn. You should talk to Lynn about Jude Law at some stage because he likes Jude
Yeah,
Law.
I remember.
Mm.
Oh yeah, but I don't want to get sued. So let's move on
Hmm.
quickly. But you should do that. I agree. Everybody, if you know Lynn, you should ask Lynn about Jude Law. Just
Mm.
allegedly keep us out of it.
But that's me for the week. Don't watch Bigfoot versus Krampus. Don't do it. And I love trash, but don't do it.
What you should also not watch, not that any of you were rushing to, is Playdate, that's on Amazon Prime, starring Kevin James and Alan Ritchson.
I
It's
skipped right
shit.
past that and went to Bigfoot versus Krampus.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fair. It was one. Now I say this quite often now, but I watch loads, and at weekends usually, what can we watch together? Craig knows this. So
Yeah.
yeah, the movie nights where others are there, and you're like, okay, we're going for this one. What's your choice? I gave Vicky a choice of 2 or 3. She went for Playdate, and we were about 10 minutes in, and I was just turning around to stare at her again and was like, are you glad you picked this, are you? She was already frowning and scowling. Give it another 10 minutes. I'm like, you still happy with your choice here? She was like, no, let's power through. It was that bad. So what they've tried to done, and I know my opinion is going to seem invalidated immediately, but I quite enjoyed Central Intelligence, that one that paired up Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson. And I thought, they generally work well together. And Dwayne Johnson was being kind of quirky, and there was a reason he was sort of overdoing things. Someone has watched Central Intelligence and thought, let's put Kevin James with Alan Ritchson, and let's make Alan Ritchson funny and quirky and over the top for no extra reason. Like there's no real motivation for his character to be that way. He's just that way. And Alan Ritchson, as much as I like him in the role of Reacher, is not good in this role that's trying to have him play some comedy as well. He's not good. Um the the plot is awful, very flippant when it comes to a sequence in which basically lots of children are killed. Yeah, it's just like really bad. The best person in this, now I forget where I've seen him elsewhere. There's a young lad called Benjamin Pajak. He's very good. So basically, Kevin James is his stepdad or potential stepdad, and he's trying to do sport stuff with them and be like the stuff standard stereotypical American father son as you would see in movies and on greetings cards, play catch and all that. Whereas the lad likes to do choreographed dance routines and has seems to be interested in things other than sports. And that's right, because the kid's quite funny in it. But Playdate is awful. Really, really bad. Things got better though. I watched Hamnet. Now, this is a Kevin 7. And I wasn't enjoying it for the most part and wasn't really being affected by it. I mean, like, I was, like, superficially, because we all kind of know what Hamnet's about, don't we?
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
been sort of advertised and sold on that, haven't we? So I'm not heartless. Like, when the bad thing happens, I'm like, yeah, that's a bad thing for them. Go to see how they process it. And it was, it was okay. I thought Paul Mescal was doing okay. I thought Jessie Buckley was doing. I mean, she's fine in this, and she's gained a lot of praise for this. It's not major steps away from any other character she's played in movies, from what I recall, from her selection of roles. But anyway, she's good. But then got to a scene near the end, and I turn to Vicky, and I'm already crying. Vicky's like, "Oh, you big soft shite," and I'm like, "It's really, it, it was really effective and moving, and it's quite manipulative as well. But turning the famous play almost on its head and surrounding it with the context of what they've gone through and what they're processing, and then showing you the different meanings that people can take from the text and the potential, reasoning behind stuff just works really well. And is just a kind of a beautiful thing. And that really won me over. But that dragged it up to a Kevin 7. Because it's not as if I was hating it. I was just like, I'm not seeing what everyone else is seeing from this. And that great moment dragged it up, which kind of made it worthwhile. Otherwise, if it hadn't lifted to that, then I would have just been really extra disappointed. I watched Marty Supreme, and in case Tyler didn't mention it enough, there's an opening credit sequence with sperm traveling to an egg, and then that eventually turns into a ping pong ball. And
That's one I forgot.
the song
I'm
that is
sorry.
playing is, what's the song again? T.
Shit. You would ask me
It's
the name.
it's not Forever Young or something, is it?
No, that's a lyric in the song.
It's the Forever Young by Alphaville. No, it is
Yes.
100%
Yes.
Forever Young
Alright,
by
It is.
yeah.
Alphaville.
They, that was happening. I'm like, I'm sitting there watching, thinking, have I blanked out already how much Tyler obviously loves this film? And then when I messaged him, I was like, love that. Yeah, amazing. Um, I really liked Marty Supreme. I think Timothy Chalamet is great in it. I think that Gwyneth Paltrow was really good. Odessa Azion, I think that's how you say her name.
Mhm.
She's great. It was a fun role for Abel Ferrara, and actually, I really like the scenes with Tyler Okoma, who's Tyler the Creator. He's in there as Mark's friend. A lot of people were saying this is comparable to Uncut Gems. I can see why they would say that, but I made the point that I actually think it works as a really effective companion piece to Inside Llewyn Davis. They are both films about a central character who, for different reasons, keeps really just seemingly intending to shoot themselves in the feet and hold themselves back from whatever potential success might be on the horizon. But yeah, I really liked it, and the ping pong sequences were great. It was really well done. Did you like it, Dave?
I did. I was so desperate to try to remember the name of the Pinku movie I watched that it went right out of my head.
Yeah, I've
I
seen
did
that
watch
in
it
a lot of.
because T pushed it, and I was like, yeah, no, I liked it quite a bit.
I've seen that in a lot of reviews about Martyr Supreme. It's just been 1,000 words about Pinku movies, and then the review at the end's been like, "Oh yeah,
Look,
this ping pong film is okay."
look,
I get it.
I
There's
have
women, there's ping pong balls.
I have
It's a similar
very limited
thing.
space up here. Okay, I got to dump
I appreciate.
things.
I appreciate the Safdie brothers have done a Coen brothers nice and early and just been like, okay, well, we need people to know which one of us is the good one. Let's separate. let's make a movie each, and then everyone will know. Because I cannot believe like the difference between the Coen brothers. It's really
Yeah.
quite shocking. I mean, who would have
I
guessed that one of them was like just a bit shit?
I mean, me, I guessed.
I watched Sentimental Value and thought that was all right, but was expecting to like it more. And I can't. Do I even try and pronounce that director's name? Do any of you know how to pronounce it properly? No. Is it Joachim Trier? Joachim Trier? It's him. Him that did the Oslo trilogy. Hello?
Yeah,
Is this
Joachim Trier.
right? Okay,
Be
Joachim
Trier,
Trier.
be Trier, wouldn't it? Because it's he's is he Dutch or Norwegian? I can't
Oh
remember.
yes, of course it would be Trier.
Yeah.
I'm misfiring while reading my own notes. So, Stellan Skarsgård plays an elderly filmmaker who gives a script to his daughter. Like, they obviously haven't been getting on for a while, and he wants her to take on the main role. It's about past. It's based on kind of past family events. The daughter doesn't want to do that, so he then hires an actress played by Elle Fanning, and things get strange, and the daughter sort of resents that, but then she said no, and Elle Fanning's character realizes how personal things are, and it might be a bit of a strange one to navigate. It's it's really good for what it's doing. It's looking at processing sort of issues through art, whether that's reworking memories or trying to heal some wounds that have maybe never been properly worked on. Yeah, so it's good. I don't know. It's not for me. It's not quite as good as a few of his past films. Like this director did. Um, was it just
Worst
called The
person in
Worst
the
Person
world.
in the World? Yeah.
Yeah.
Even I think a lot of people forget to mention he did Thelma, didn't he? And Thelma's a great little film, a very strange one. But the young girl who, I think she's like can accidentally teleport people or things. It's almost got a slight Carrie vibe. If you haven't seen it, I really recommend Thelma, and I think that's him. And I'm just now frantically googling to make sure. Yes, it is 2017's Thelma. That's really good. Anyway, performances are good. I think every time I see a really good performance from Elle Fanning, though, I'm just like, yeah, I I can't remember the last time she wasn't really, really watchable in anything she's done.
The Neon Demon.
I like the Neon Demon. But,
Yeah, me too.
Ugh.
You're both wrong for that, but it's okay.
Two to go. One of them from an old favourite of ours, Kiyoshi Kurosawa. I watched Cloud, and I'm sure I mentioned this the other week that I was going to be watching it. And had any of you seen it?
Yes. Features the greatest work experience guy in the history
Yes.
of
Yeah.
work experience.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good. It's odd. I think Kurosawa's still great at turning things, unsettling and off kilter. So you go. Oh, I did actually also watch The Draft, and I think I tend to agree with Craig. I need to write my review up for that one for my blog, but certainly has so much potential, and then kind of keeps frittering it away through the third act. I can't remember exactly what you said the other week about it, Craig, but it was something along those lines about the wasted potential, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a much stronger idea than it is a film, but there's still cool stuff in there. Like I said, there's a part where the cast they're saved by a phone call that reduces the writer's budget, which reduces the threat in their world. There's smart little moments like that, but there's not enough of them.
And last but not least, my pick before play date last weekend, I wanted something kind of comforting, familiar, with a big star cast.
King Kong versus
So
Krampus.
no, we
No,
rewatched
not King Kong.
Runaway Jury, and I enjoyed that. Like, I'm pretty sure it was at the tail end of that wave of Grisham adaptations, and I think the damage had been done by the other ones that I've not seen. I've not seen the Rainmaker. I've not seen the Gingerbread Man. There might be another one around about this time I've not seen. I still think Runaway Jury is great. It's possibly one of the last times where John Cusack could play up on a bit of cheeky charm that he used to have in almost every role for 20 years or so before that just soured. Rachel Weisz is great. You've got Gene Hackman and Dustin Hoffman both doing really good work. Hackman is the better of the two. And, cinema really lost something when Hackman decided to just, retire and spend a few years away before his sad demise. But yeah, elsewhere, Bruce Davison, Bruce McGill, Cliff Curtis, Leland Orser, Nestor Serrano, Bill Nunn is in there. And there's small roles for Orlando Jones, Luis Guzman, Dylan McDermott. It's one of those. There's every few minutes there's a recognizable face, and the people we don't recognize are putting in great little performances that just prop everything up. It's fun. It's a bit ridiculous, but absolutely still feels plausible for this slick legal thriller style. Yeah, still good. And I watched it on Netflix, so I was got to review it for my blog for my Netflix Sunday slot. And I watched on the Saturday. It was gone from Netflix by the Sunday because that was the last day to watch it. That's why sometimes just pick yourself up the DVD for like £3 and you've got space.
So, are we counting Christmas with the Cranks as a John Grisham movie?
I mean, it is. It's
I mean,
not
it is based on one of his books.
It is based on one of his books, but you know what I mean. He had the major success with the stuff from his legal.
Well, that was I'm just asking because that was
the client.
That was the last John Grisham movie.
Yeah.
So if we include that, Runaway Jury is the third to last. If we don't, it's
what
the
else came
penultimate.
after it?
The Street Lawyer.
I don't think I've ever even heard of that one. I
And
had heard of Christmas with the Cranks, obviously.
Yeah, no, The Street Lawyer was I think it was God, I don't even. I think Mario Van Peebles and Eddie Cibrian is in it. I think it was a TV movie. I think it was on HBO or something. It didn't get a theatrical release.
Is Christmas with the Cranks the one that Jamie Lee Curtis carries from beginning to end? Or is it something else?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's a long list of movies.
Hey, sorry, I went long there, but that is everything.
I went to the fan event screening for Scream 7 in 4D last night, which was totally sold out. I even sat next to a couple of Ghostface cosplayers, and that was a really fun screening. rowdy, fun. It was a blast. I loved it. So many great nostalgic callbacks, some really fun kills. One involving a beer tap, which was fucking awesome. Uh, Williamson's direction here felt very Raven inspired. This felt very original trilogy in style. Nev Campbell fucking rocked it. I don't want to say too much because of spoilers, but this sits right with the original trilogy for me. Also, that Ice Nine Kills song they did for the movie is fucking awesome. But yeah, love Scream 7. I went to the theater again and I saw Psycho Killer, which was written by Andrew Kevin Walker, who wrote two of my all time favorites, 7 and 8 millimeter. Everybody in the world hates this movie, apparently, but except for me, because I liked it. It felt exactly like a crime procedural serial killer flick that would have easily came out in like the late '90s and early 2000s, stuff like Resurrection and Taking Lives. I mean, this movie would fit perfectly in that era. I really liked it. I don't really understand the absolute just eviscerating it's getting. It's not bad. I mean, bad may differ for somebody else, but I didn't think it was that bad. I don't know, but I enjoyed it. And last but very 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 least, I watched the new Anaconda, which was just fucking horrendous. I mean, like you're a special kind of awful when not a single fucking joke lands. Like I didn't laugh once, and that's rare because I can usually find anything funny in a comedy, but this was fucking horrendous. Cast was bad, CGI was bad. It's, I mean, one or two of the cameo things were kind of not funny, kind of fun, I guess, but just not enough to save this horrible, horrible movie. I love the Anaconda series, well, the first two, but this was just awful. Don't watch it ever. And that is me.
The best part of it was Steve Zahn. I think,
Yeah,
and maybe the snake handler dude was pretty funny, but that was it.
Steve Zahn is still kind of wasted though, and it's kind of a
Yeah.
shame because Steve
That's
Zahn
pretty
and
common for Steve Zahn.
Jack Black together after Saving Silverman, which I love. I love Saving Silverman. I thought, hey, maybe we'll have some charm here, but nah, they just totally waste Steve Zahn. It's just a complete fucking waste. And Jack Black,
It's a Jack Black vehicle. There's not going to be any fucking charm. There's just going to be a sweaty white guy being unfunny for 2 hours.
I'd love, like, the world should just be more Tyler. Tyler got a cinema and being like, one ticket for the film that reunites the stars of Saving Silverman, please.
Saving Silverman is so good. It's so underrated. I love that movie. It was back in the Jack Black era where I actually liked Jack. I mean, I don't dislike Jack Black, but I liked a lot of his movies back in like the early 2000s. I love Orange County and Saving
I
Silverman.
know what you did. I still know what you did last summer.
Yes, I love that one too.
Oh my god. Okay. This week. Just can't. I just can't. Okay. This week we saw the 2025 British biological, Jesus Christ, biographical drama film written, produced, and directed by Kirk Jones, I Swear, and the 1996, I believe it was straight to video, action thriller directed by Paul Muslick, Sworn to Justice. Hey, Craig,
Yes.
would you like to pick a movie and tell us about it?
Sure. I'll go with Sworn to Justice, which was Dave's pick, yes?
It was.
Yes.
Yes. Um, First thing I thought of when I watched this was, wouldn't it be funny if, like, the day after the BAFTAs, like on the Sunday, if Cynthia Rothrock had kicked a bunch of people to death? This would have been a really fucking awkward episode then. But she didn't, as far as I know. I assume when you make a film, like at least like 9 times out of 10, it's changed a lot recently because people are filming without finished scripts. But I always thought, like, when you make a film, it begins with the script, and like, okay, someone likes the script, and it gets optioned, and then they add the director and stars and stuff. But that definitely did not happen with Sworn to Justice. Just no. Like there's no way there was ever a complete cohesive script for this fucking movie. Like my guess is there were four or five scripts, and somebody just shuffled them like a blackjack dealer, and then they filmed it. Like, this is just the weirdest, messiest mix of things. Like, is this what Carrie Bradshaw meant by having it all? Like, you know, you too could be a psychic, kung fu, vigilante stroke psychologist. Like, what is going on in this movie? I was so confused about what it was and who it was for, and I was trying to work out, like, who is this movie for? And then it comes into focus. It becomes really clear who this movie is for. This movie is for Paul Maslach, the director. Paul Maslach had money to burn, and he wanted basically to stalk Cynthia Rothrock in a professional setting. Like, he wanted to know where she was going to be for the day. We wanted people to hand out call sheets telling him where Cynthia Rothrock was at all times so he could stalk her. It's like, it's not even male gaze. It's one very specific male gaze. Like, he has Cynthia Rothrock kill a man by improvised nipple electrodes, and I'm not comfortable knowing his sexual deviancies in this much detail. It's kind of fucking creepy, man. Like, how many times do you think he yelled, "Okay, come"? I mean, cut. Sorry, cut. Like, he's obsessed with her. Like, one of my complaints was going to be like the camera work, because you need this in martial arts films. You need to capture as much as possible with the camera work, and you know, in this one it doesn't go wide enough to capture the action. But when your director is smelling the lead's hair, you're gonna have to cut in close. You're gonna have to cut out Paul Maslach going. It's I need to know more, like, behind the scenes stories about what happened here, because it's rough rock. It's a rough rock fetish film. That's all it is. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, because I like Cynthia Rothrock too. But man, I had fun with it. Like, it's got a wild fucking cast. Rothrock, she's always a little wooden as an actress, and she's extra wooden here because I don't think she's that comfortable being sexy. I'm doing the air quotes, sexy, but she is very charming, and she kicks people in the head real good. Kurt McKinney, he's not like overburdened with charisma or screen presence, and he generally tends to have quite douchey vibes in all the films that he's in. But again, he kicks people in the head real good, so he's fine. I don't know the name of the actor. I haven't written it down, but he plays Eugene, the main villain. I thought he was amazing. I mean, 90% of why I felt he was amazing was because he looked almost exactly like Chet Hanks, which just added layers which the director never could have imagined. But he was great. I don't know why he had his brother's charred corpse with him in the end, but that was also very, very Chet Hanks, and just added weird nuances.
For the record, Ken Scott played Eugene.
That's the one.
He is best known for being the stuntman in the Raphael costume in the original. Of course he is, yes. TMNT 2 movies.
Yes, yep. I did read that, but he's genuinely good. He's fun in this. He's just a scenery chewing nutcase bad guy who really looks like Chet Hanks.
I have one more bit of trivia for him before we move on. I'm sorry, I just need to.
Go for it.
In the first TMNT movie, he is the fellow chucker that gets smacked in the face by Michelangelo with the nunchucks. So there you go.
Okay. Walter Koenig, he's in this. He's virtually incomprehensible. Like, he pops up in maybe 2 scenes, and he says words that I could make out maybe 1 in 10 words that came out of his mouth. I assume he tried a lot harder to be comprehensible in the Star Trek films that he does here, because it's just nonsense. But he was probably okay in the role. It's hard to say. Tony Lobianco, I liked him. That's one of the better performances in the film. Like, he's he's having a blast playing. It doesn't matter if I give it away. Like the character he plays really gave off a certain vibe, which is one of those you know, the cops in Death Wish films that just kind of turn a blind eye to Paul Kersey and then join him in shooting everyone in the third act. That's the vibe he gave me. So when he does like this kind of heel turn towards the end, it actually surprised me, and he's having fun. So I liked him. Brad Dourif's in it as someone called Teddy Skaggs. So that's like half a letterbox star right there. You know, I love Brad Dourif. So yeah, look, the cast are fun. They're doing the best to keep the energy up. The score's bad, honestly. It's just weird mix of synthesized pan pipes and softcore porn saxophone. It's really, really bad. But there are some really good stunts here. Like there's an incredible like a full body burn, if it's done well, is already like impressive. But this one's got like this incredible like leaping full body burn as someone leaps out of a building ablaze, which is it looks really good. And the fights are all right too. They're fine. Like I said, they're not framed very well. They're not edited all that well. And I'll be honest, like the performance are giving this film kind of what it deserves. They're giving this 5 out of 10 film some 5 out of 10 fights. So they're fine, but it's it's not Rothrock's best. It's not McKinney's best. I don't think this is anybody's like finest hour. Like the good stuff is good, and there is some good stuff, and the bad stuff is funny. So it's an enjoyable film, but no, it's nobody's finest hour. And there's definitely better stuff from Rothrock to check out. I really didn't need this and Bigfoot versus Krampus in the same week, because they both really messed with my brain by just being something different every 5 seconds. Like this film is something else every 5 seconds. It's fun, but it's a mess, and it literally just exists so the director can stalk Cynthia Rothrock, which I don't respect that at all. But yeah, it's okay. I've seen worse.
I'm going to jump in because I largely agree with Craig, particularly when it comes to directors' quite obvious obsession with Cynthia Rothrock. To the point, I mean, he has a shrine room in his house somewhere. It's quite bizarre, and this is a film that I've not seen too many Cynthia Rothrock movies, but I've seen a handful, and I think this is the one, certainly more than any others I've seen, that tries to play up her sex appeal. The fact that she's a beautiful blonde woman who can also kick many people in the face and handle herself, and that like it doesn't work when it's going into like top shelf old school erotic thriller video territory. It really doesn't work. As Craig said, the score's it's not good. It's horrible. So that doesn't help either. Like, oh, here comes an incompetent saxophone player to deflate my erection. That's all it says. And yeah, this was probably the worst Cynthia Rothrock movie I've seen, and that includes Santa's Summer House. All right, maybe not.
No.
It's the worst Cynthia Rothrock action movie I've seen because.
But I assume you've seen lots of Hong Kong work, and this is not bad.
Yeah, so
I'm pretty sure the only other one he saw was Yes, Madam and Righting Wrongs. So
No, and I saw Millionaire Express.
Oh, okay.
And No Retreat, No Surrender 2. And I've seen one or two other features with her in a main role over the years, but yeah, not too many. But this is the worst of them when it comes to the fighting stuff, because I just think they work better, like most of those types of action movies, particularly from the 80s and 90s, when they just like throw a load of stunt people around and come up with sequences and focus on the fights. Because I don't think any of us would deny it. Rothrock's got skills. Like, she's got mad skills. She's a great martial artist. That's the thing. Put her in fight scenes. It's a big mistake to try and overdress her with other stuff around the film. In the same way that it was a big mistake to put Jackie Chan in films and then use like CGI and try and do extra special effects when everyone was saying Jackie Chan is a special effect. Like, that's what he does. Like, Rothrock is the star and can do the star fighting stuff. Just leave her with that. Don't try and give her sexual chemistry with someone who just couldn't create it if they had a gazillion years and unlimited Bunsen burners. Don't give her some bizarre ESP subplot that made me think I was going to get a crossover where she would walk into Peter Venkman's office and be wired up beside some guy who would keep getting buzzed until chewing gum fell out his mouth. Don't give me Brad Dourif for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, are we getting more Brad Dourif for the rest of the movie? And I'm just disappointed by a lack of Brad Dourif. But it's okay, because we've got Walter Koenig being there for his 2 minutes and it's just talking nonsense. Like, he comes in that whole bit. I really thought two films had been spliced together. I was like, okay, so this is the strange parapsychology section of the film that they obviously gave up on that plot strand and we're going to take it away. And then later on, it just keeps going by. I'm like, oh no, it's there again. They've persisted with that plot strand. Just madness. I did like some of the fights. Some of the fights are good fun. That main sequence where she chases that guy into the hotel and the stereotypical sleeping night attendant with the bottle of booze right in front of him on the desk. And she's ninja style lifting the keys to go back and puts them back. I mean, that just made me laugh all round. And then there was some good punches and kicks in the middle. Yeah, I appreciate you offering this up to us, Dave. But it's for me, it was a much lesser Rothrock movie. Although for Paul Maslach, it was the greatest week of his life.
Can I interject, because Craig didn't make the reference I thought he was going to before Tyler goes?
Yeah,
You know what voice she does, right, Craig?
What voice she does?
She's Mama Cat in the first two Cool Cat
Of
movies.
course she is. Yes.
I thought that's exactly where you'd go, and you didn't. So I wasn't sure if I was impressed with your restraint or you just forgot.
I am
Wait a
upset
minute,
that
no,
you
what?
have reminded of him that now.
No, I'm confused because I thought that what happened with Cool Cat was that the guy who made Cool Cat, that guy who's a total shit stain, had the hots. Oh no, he had the hots for the woman in the Mama Cat suit,
Right.
and then fired the person who voiced Cool Cat because they were sleeping together.
Yes.
I heard. What's the word? Quick, don't want to get sued. He's very litigious.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That has been alleged by other people, not me.
Cynthia was Mama's voice.
Yes. See, another Cynthia Rothrock film I like more than Justice.
You know, I keep watching these goddamn Cynthia Rothrock movies, really wanting to just kind of like one of them. But because, she's fucking awesome, but the movies themselves just keep letting her down. I mean, this looks like a Skinamax flick. Like it's shot like one. The music, everything just screams mid '90s Skinamax. But there's very little on-screen nudity except for some like side boob and Rothrock's ass and a thong. So it really can't be a Skinamax. It just kind of feels like one, like a just a tame Skinamax movie. Um, some of the fight choreography is, I guess, kind of funnish. The sound effects are terrible though. Like some straight
Oh
up,
yeah.
yeah, I mean that's some straight up like Three Stooges punching each other. Shit. I mean it's bad, terrible, poorly edited, poorly shot. Rothrock's character has psychic powers because of a head injury, which is just fucking goofy as fuck. It's a courtroom drama. It's a romance. It's a martial arts movie. This thing has absolutely no idea what it really wants to be. The cast tries their best, and I liked Rothrock in it, but I really haven't liked any of these Cynthia Rothrock movies we've watched thus far. This was a mess. I will say this: 9.5 out of 10 for that ass, though. Like I would gladly smother myself in between the ass cheeks of 1996 Cynthia Rothrock, like the director of this movie probably did. So I guess I'll end that on a good note. Her ass was
How
amazing. This movie was
could you
not.
not like righting wrongs?
I don't even think I. Which one was that one? I can't remember which one that was.
That was the one where it ends with the guy crashing the plane.
Oh, I think I was like mid on that one as well.
Yeah, they had he was rolling
Um,
under the cars.
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember.
That
Yeah, I
the
too,
was.
yeah.
great car stunts at
That is a
Yun
fucking
Bio.
classic. You are insane.
Yeah, I
That's all
think
I'm saying.
I complimented the stunts on that one, but I don't think I liked the movie itself. But yes, I did compliment the stunts.
And to be fair, although I don't want to drag us all into the gutter, but I just have to say, like, she still looks great today. I don't know what she's doing, but she's keeping that shit up. She has some routine that's worked for her because she's late 60s now.
Yeah, she'll be 70 next year.
Wow.
Yeah, she looks amazing. Uh I think you guys are crazy. I mean, is it a great film? No. Is it an entertaining film? Yes. The fight in the convenience store is fantastic. All the fights are absolute joy. Except all right, I'm going to take a few points away for that last fight because they took the big confrontational fight away from her and gave it to the boyfriend who why? Because
Mm-mm.
he was I he's the weak link, and like I know I that's a weird thing to say in a movie like this where they waste Brad Dourif, but he's good in his little bits, and Walter Koenig is using a really weird accent that no one on earth has ever actually spoken with. But it also wastes Katie Mitchell as her friend and boss. That was
Actually,
the
can I?
ship I was rooting for.
You
What?
reminded me of something there.
Hmm.
Doesn't it reveal later in the film that she is one of the people who's betrayed her, and then she dies, and none of that gets mentioned?
No, she doesn't betray her. She was in love with her. She was following her, watching her. Someone
Oh,
else betrayed her.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
And then she gets godfathered. I know we're spoiling
Yeah.
this left and right, but if you haven't seen this movie by now, you're not going to see it, and that's your loss because I think it's a blast. The fights are fun. The action scenes are great. Yeah, the romance is absolutely atrocious. I don't know why they hired the man they hired to be her love because he is I'm trying to think of the right way to phrase what he is.
Well, Dave, the director didn't want anyone she might look like she'd want to kiss.
That's yeah. I mean that's just it. Eric Lee is the guy that runs the convenience store. Eric Lee, if you don't know, is also just a fantastic martial artist and a brilliant stuntman. He did stunts in First Blood in a few of those. He does stunts in Showdown in Little Tokyo. He's the Hatchet
Big
Wing
Trouble in
Kung
Little
Hatchet
China.
Man in Big Trouble in Little China. Yes, he is just awesome. Um, a ton of awesome stunt work and some really fun Hong Kong action films on his own rights. I think he did stunts in Three Ninjas also, thinking about it, but I wouldn't swear to that. I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff going on in this movie. Yes, it does not come together as a whole. There are like 6 films, kind of, the scripts are thrown together, but they actually filmed it, which puts it above like what was the one oh, I'm trying to think. Angel the Kickboxer. Have you guys seen that one? That
I
takes
have not.
footage from 6 movies and splices it into something. A new movie, which has like 2 new minutes of original footage to kind of link it all together. And that's not the only movie
Did the
she's in
ninja
that's
guy
like
do that?
I don't even remember who made that one. I think so, but I wouldn't swear to it. I just
Godfrey
remember
Ho. That sounds very Godfrey Ho to me.
it's very Godfrey Ho. I just remember the linking material is oh, I see her face. Yukari Oshima, who was in Ricky O, which, you know, I love Ricky O. But that's neither here nor there. That's got nothing to do with the movie we watched. I have 3 pages about how much fun I had with this movie because it's just fun. Mako is in it in a small role. Mako's always great. The office she works in has Duran Duran cover art on the walls, which is beautiful. There's like random antagonists who don't do anything because they're not really antagonists. They're just there to look angry in a couple scenes, which is great. The guy running for mayor calls himself the Man. Like, I enjoy the shit out of this movie. I will watch it again and again and again over the years since I now own a lovely Blu-ray of it. Is it China O'Brien? No. Is it Lady Reporter? No. Is it even Martial Law 2? No. But do you know what it is? Joy. It is sheer fun. And I cannot believe that Tyler did not like... I must have just suppressed it because Righting Wrongs is actually really damn good. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. Tony Lobianico is the cop in it, and he is a lot of fun. He's another guy. He was in a ton of stuff. I think he's a cop in The French Connection, and I think he's in Nixon. Like, he's just one of those actors that popped up in shit forever for like 30 years. I'm a fan of this one. I'm sorry you guys aren't.
I mean, I had fun, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, you
It's
had
it's
fun.
it's silly.
Tyler doesn't love joy. Tyler hates joy.
I hate all things fun.
He does. Am I doing I swear, or am I going to leave that to I'm going to leave that to T.
So I swear, well, that was last year, right? 2025, like right at the end, tail end 2025.
Yeah, it technically hasn't come out in the States yet. We saw this in a very above board way, so, you know, just deal with it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I flew to the UK and watched this, so I did.
Oh, I used a VPN and paid, but shh.
I'm actually in Scotland right now, sitting somewhere. So yeah, this movie is about the true life story of Jonathan Davidson, who was diagnosed with Tourette's at 15. This was really good. It's also a very honest and very respectful look at Tourette's too, which was good. It's a delicate subject to tackle, but it's handled really, really well here. Is it overly sentimental? Yeah. Is it schmaltzy as fuck? You bet your ass it is. But sentimentality and schmaltz can work when you have a really good script and great performances, and this has both. Biopics have a formula, and this does follow that formula, but I also think it exceeds it as well. It's well directed, even though most of this director's filmography is like pretty terrible. I mean, the dude made like Nanny McPhee and What to Expect When You're Expecting, and Everybody's Fine. All those movies are crap, but this was really good, and he redeemed himself here. Cast is fantastic. Robert Aramayo is brilliant. He just gave such a fantastic performance. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, his performance kind of made me tear up a little bit here. Just really, really good. He's amazing in this. Deserves every amount of recognition he's getting for this. Rest of the cast is good. It's really good stuff. And yeah, when this comes out everywhere, guys, just go watch it. It's really, really good, and it, like I said, it a delicate subject, and it handles it really, really well. So yeah, good pick, Kevin.
Nice.
Yeah, this is really good. It's by far the best film Kirk Jones has ever done. So, yay. Well, you know what? Waking Ned Divine is a fun one. But, so like in his whole career, he's done 2 good movies. I don't know. I guess given his age, this might be the last one. Hopefully not, but this is a good one. Yeah, Robert Aramayo is excellent, but so is Scott Ellis Watson, who plays a young John. He's in the first like half hour, and his performance is fantastic. Yeah, Aramayo gives a great performance, but I really think it's not right to point out the young guy's performance because he's doing the hard bit where you're sliding. And I'm not that it's an easy role normally. Don't get me wrong, just having to play that dichotomy, and he really brings it. He makes it grounded and sets up John Davidson as the character we deal with for the rest of it. Maxine Peake is wonderful. Shirley Henderson is really good. Peter Mullen is in a few scenes, and he's great. It is fantastic, and it is worth all the praise it's gotten. The lead performance should get all the awards it's been nominated for, and so far I think he got the British Independent Award as well as the BAFTA. I don't know how this didn't get. I mean, it hasn't been released in the States yet, so maybe next year. But even though this is a UK production, he deserves all the awards for it. It is a fantastic, fantastic performance. It's decently shot. It's not, groundbreaking, but it's well shot for especially this kind of biopic. These tend to look a little flat, but the lighting works. It's very naturalistic. It's well edited. It is a little emotionally manipulative, but let's name a biopic that isn't. Yeah, it's a good one. It is well worth looking up. When it hits the States, because I know some folks don't want to bend over and go out of their way to find it. Here in the States, it's going to hit in April through Sony. So you should keep an eye out for it. It is well worth your time.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this one as well. It's an emotional and inspiring story. I think it's a really, really great watch. I don't think it's a great film, if that makes sense, but it is a great watch. Like, there are 2 elements that are really like crazy strong in this: the performances and the subject matter. And the film rides those pretty hard, while the production side of things, it's solid, but it's a little uninspired, a little unremarkable, which I get, because everybody involved would want a safe vehicle to put this message across. And like, I'm not saying any of it's outright bad. It isn't. Like, the cinematography is solid. Does a really effective job of like tightening and loosening the frame, to illustrate feelings of anxiety and inner turmoil. They do that really well. It's got a great soundtrack, a nostalgic scene-setting soundtrack. Supergrass are, as you should all know, forever the greatest band of the Britpop era. I don't know why people talk about Blur. I don't know why people talk about Oasis. It's Supergrass forever, greatest band of that era. The script.
Well, Supergrass didn't really do the crossover. Like,
Did
nothing
it make it
against
to
them. Yeah,
to
they didn't
America?
make it overseas nearly as much as the others of that era did.
Yeah,
I agree.
they were
They're
much,
the best of them, but
Oh
yeah.
But they're still touring now, and they rule. You should go see Supergrass, or just go listen to Supergrass. I Should Coco is banging album. The script, I think it's been said by Tyler said it. It cleaves a little close to inspirational overcoming of obstacles template for these films. Like, it does follow it does follow that template a little closely, but it has lots of like really funny lines and moments. Like I've got two aces made me like snort laugh, and Shirley Henderson saying you need a hot bath in an early night is just peak working class mum dialogue when you've actually got Tourette's and she's sending you to bed with a fucking Horlicks to cure it. That just felt very, very real. And there's a scene where there are a couple of concerned parents standing outside a car during this kind of double tic frenzy when John meets another Tourette's sufferer, which is a very, very funny moment. Like, it all works, and I feel a little greedy expecting more than, it's solid and effective, and I feel a bit greedy expecting more, but the strength of the performances and the story of John's life are so huge and like kind of powerful. I guess I kind of wanted everything to match that level of greatness, because like the performances are fucking stellar across the board. Shirley Henderson, she might be the most typecast actor on earth. If you want like a slightly downtrodden, meek Scottish lady, Shirley Henderson's there, and she's already, waiting to, what's it called when you go and test out for the part? She's there. She's in the waiting room. Just
Of the screen, she just walks in with the screen test already done. She doesn't even need to see the
yeah,
script.
yeah. She's got it down. Like her part is a little underwritten, but I think her last scene in the film is really good because it really gives her a chance to do some fantastic work. And she's a really good actress. I just think she's very typecast and a little underwritten here. Peter Mullen, always great. I fucking love that guy. He's one of his actors who's quite subtly expressive, so he can put things through with just like tiny little expressions. And given that his role is essentially like 90% reacting to tics, he's perfect. Like he had me. Just his reactions the first time he meets John are just perfect, and he kills that court speech too. Is it a little emotionally manipulative, like Dave said? Yes, but it's still beautiful. Like the lumps in my throat had lumps during that scene. Maxine Peake, wonderful. Not just because she's an outspoken working class lefty warrior queen who I adore. I've always said like the greatest tool in any actor's tool belt is a keen sense of empathy, which Peake has in spades, and it makes her just absolutely perfect for this role. Dave was right. Scott Ellis Watson as the younger version of John is fantastic and heartbreaking. Robert Aramayo, I've been a fan of his since. Not that I'm going to be trying to be smug, but I am a bit smug. I've been a fan of his since like 2020, 2021. There was just this slew of performances, about 4 performances. He was in the TV show Behind Her Eyes. He was in the TV show Mindhunters. He was in the movie Empty Man, and he was in the movie The Standoff at Sparrow Creek. And he is so good in every one of those roles. Like, any one of them alone would have caught my attention. But all 4 of those in a short space of time, with the range like demonstrated across them, I knew he was going to be something special. Might get a little side from Dave here, but the way people talk about Gary Oldman, where they say he inhabits and disappears into characters' skins completely, that's Robert Aramayo to me. Like, he just totally inhabits these characters, and for me, I think he's going to be a generational talent. And I'm going to need Kevin's word on this one. Oh, is it fair to say he's taken Christopher Eccleston's crown for best Scottish accent by an English person?
Well, it was only when I heard him talking during the awards tour that I realised he wasn't Scottish. Because I don't think I am. I will have seen him in some other things, but not to the point. When I watched this, he was a relative newcomer to me. And I thought,
Yeah.
oh, there's a great Scottish talent. So that's how good he was at the accent for my ears.
Okay, yeah. So he's taken Christopher Eccleston's best Scots accent.
Yeah, I
crown.
think so. And there were quite a few years when I kept forgetting that Christopher Eccleston was English because of Shallow Grave. Damn it!
Yeah. He hasn't taken Christopher Eccleston's crown for saying "fuck you" to the Queen though, because Eccleston said "fuck you" to the Queen and meant that shit. He didn't say it to her face, but he said it any chance he got on social media. So Eccleston
He would
still
say it
wears
if he
that crown.
got the chance.
Oh, if
And
he got the chance, he would have told
I
her
mean,
to
you
go
know.
fuck herself. Love that man. But yeah, as great as they are all fantastic. Like it's all in service to like the story of John Davidson, which is so inspiring and hopeful. Like you watch this film and early on, it's all horror. It's just the fucking horror of knowing how his tics are going to be perceived, how they're going to be misunderstood, and you can see the decades of hardships just unfolding, and it's so stressful. But then the warmth of human empathy shines through so powerfully in this film that every time he gets a bit of love, every time he gets a bit of compassion or understanding, it fucking floored me. And then when he learns to take all of that love and compassion and understanding and put it back into the world, it's just beautiful, awe-inspiring shit. I'm a huge admirer of a man, and this film really puts across the heart that he's put into his life and into his work. And I feel like calling this a great watch and not a great film is kind of harsh. I kind of want to walk it back, but it doesn't really matter. Like the choices that were made to keep the film a little safe and a little generic, a little soft around the edges, I don't think they're really an issue, because I think those choices were probably very considered and meant to open the film to the widest possible audience, which is something no one can argue with. This film deserves the widest possible audience. So, yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. So, everyone should go and watch it, and they should keep an eye on Robert Aramayo, the English actor. He's ours, Kevin. He's ours. From Hull, the place where nothing good ever comes, has given us Robert Aramayo. So, well done, Hull. A few thousand years, and you might give us something else good. Oh no, and also my buddy Chris Downs, I love you. You're from Hull.
Make sure you get that in there. Right. Well, I'm glad that has gone down as well as I hoped it would, and I'm particularly glad that that you mentioned Scott Ellis Watson, because his portrayal of the young John Davison, he shows the development. It's in those early scenes where, by the time we're seeing the teenage John Davison, I was already in conversation with Vicky saying, "My God, you forget how exhausting it must be, physically exhausting," and that's not on about you trying to, maybe hold back any vocal tics or profanities or outbursts, which will be part of it. But as he explains in the film, is like holding it in a sneeze, which will eventually come out. The just the slight movements, the the neck thing, as they call it in the film, was really, that already started to like affect and upset me watching it, but also make me think. I kind of wish this film had been everywhere when I was young, because like many kids, if I'd met anybody with Tourette's, and if they'd been at my school, their life would have been a nightmare, and I would have been a little shit. And I feel really, really bad now about how bad and shitty I would have been, because kids are bad and shitty about these things. And watching these school CC, I was like, yeah, I would have absolutely been one of those kids. I didn't even see, I've still not seen the documentaries about John Davison. I was going to try and do some homework this week, didn't fit them in. Like, I became aware of his story when that first aired. And even though I hadn't seen it, people were still basically, I think a lot of people were still laughing about it and laughing about Tourette's. And it's an easy thing to think of as funny. and to laugh at because of sometimes I think people look and laugh because of their ignorance. Sometimes it's because they're thinking, I'm glad that's not me. And sometimes it's because of a gut reaction to the kind of taboo breaking nature of it. I think all of those things happen. And I swear as a film acknowledges that. Like there's a lot here that's quite funny and in the film, Davison himself, is talking to others and saying, it can be funny, but a lot of the time it's mortifying for the person. It's, I, I love this film because it covers the whole spectrum around Tourette's, of what you would think about it, of what it is to suffer from it, and the different symptoms that can come from it, of just of how people are around it, and how I was going to have a more positive conversation here, but it feels recently like a big step back. But I was going to say how things have progressed over time with understanding. I still think there are obviously positive steps. I think social media has been a bit of a help in some ways for that, and the campaigning of John over the years. But yeah, this was my favourite film of last year because of that. And I appreciate what Craig said about how it's kind of sorry if I mix up great, but if it's like a great watch but not a great movie. I still think it's both. I think it works. Now it's not in terms of technique and in terms of structure. I don't think it's there's nothing new here. Although I do appreciate that it starts with a sequence that kind of gives you a laugh and is set closer to today before moving backwards. That doesn't always work in movies, but I think this time around that structure gives viewers a chance to go through this tough stuff that they're going to be shown, because it's kind of like we will get to the good bit that you saw at the start. Like, that's coming. So stick with us and we'll go there. And yeah, I just think it's a great watch. It's a great movie. And it is one of the movies that has kind of made me think the most and made me try and empathize, sympathize, and just really wrap my head around something that I never really thought about before. I've always thought of Tourette's as, oh, that's the people that just randomly shout swear words. That was probably my whole impression of Tourette's for a long time, and then being alongside this character for this film and seeing his life. And as it's really important that young Watson gets it right from the start. When you're there, it's just like as soon as those tics started in those moves, I was just like, what would I do? What would I do in a life where just being still isn't possible? And that might even not feel like something that would affect you when you're younger, because what teenager can sit still for more than a few minutes when they're busy? But it kind of starts with a teenager who would like to be still and be calm and can't get it. And then later on you get a scene, Robert Aramayo's there and his character's, he's got the neck brace and stuff in hospital. He still gets more pain because he has a tic. It goes off. And that is heartbreaking. And, you see just he doesn't think he can have any kind of life. And I mean, that's really the crux of it. That is what that does to people. So you know, seeing him welcomed by Dottie and family, and yeah, I agree, Maxine Peake's performance is fantastic. Seeing him with Peter Mullen, and Peter Mullen, this is probably the loveliest and sweetest Peter Mullen's been in a film for I don't know how long, and he still utters a line at some point. I paraphrase, but hit my dog again, I'll rip your fucking heart out of your chest. Like, that's lovely, cuddly Peter Mullen, and he still gets to utter that dialogue. But he's wonderful, and it shows the life changing difference one or two good, supportive, understanding people can make to people who are suffering in all kinds of ways through life. And I think that's the message of the film. It's very specifically about Tourette's and very educational on that, and really, for me, it was really eye opening because it's something that's never been at the forefront of my mind. And as I say, I filed it away as that thing where people swear a lot. It's all of that, but then in the bigger picture, it could be people with all sorts of different conditions or problems or health issues or whatever, and the end result could be just as good if they had a Dottie on their side, if they were working with someone like Peter Mullen's character. It's wonderful, and I also agree. I've gone this long. I've not mentioned Shirley Henderson. She is wonderful. She is very much made for that kind of role. I think the only time she's not been like a put upon slightly dour Scottish woman is when she was a put upon slightly dour Irish woman in Intermission, I believe. That's about 25 years old now, that film. That's the one. I just, I love this, and I had the idea to bring it to the podcast, as I say, when Dave went with Dust Bunny, and that was his favourite film of last year. I thought I'll bring this, and I hope it continues to encourage the right kinds of conversations and bring about a lot more empathy in people who give it a time. And I think quite a few people will come away from it having at least learned something, whether they already know a lot more than me or not. I think that personal lived experience still has things to teach almost everyone.
All right, guys, it's time to pick one. Dust Bunny is still my favorite film of 2025, but between these two, it's I Swear, and it's closer than the other three bastards are going to let you think. But
Yeah, I
I think
swear.
they're both worthwhile films.
Yeah, I swear for me as well.
I mean, look, I'm not going to convince Dave to title the episode "Spunk for Milk," but
Nope, that's not happening.
I will vote for I Swear.
That's not happening. Nope.
Can you imagine? You imagine the weird traffic we would get from that episode.
I mean, yeah, that's
Boy,
exactly. Anyway, next week it's Kevin. No, it's Craig and Tyler. Kevin, after they
It
give
is.
us next week's lineup, he will unveil our special for the month because it's his turn to pick, and he's kept it a secret from us, like a bastard.
You son of a bitch.
Next week, we are watching the 1975 BDSM erotic drama, The Image. I just got the Blu-ray from Synapse Films, and I am stoked to watch it. So you're watching it with me.
Woo!
Yay.
I saw a film crop up on Amazon Prime, which I hadn't seen it in so long that I'd cut. Not even that long. Actually, it's almost Jesus Christ, it's almost 20 years. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I kind of forgotten it existed, and I fancied watching it again. So, you guys are going to join me, but join me in being like upsettingly nostalgic for 2007. Dear God, we're watching the Clive Owen, Paul Giamatti starring action comedy Shoot 'em Up.
Nice.
My special is the strangely themed uncelebrated Hammers. That's what I'm going for. So Hammer movies that aren't necessarily the big titles that everyone has gushed over and loved over the years. They did all the horrors that we know and love, and there are some titles they might want to pick, but they also did a number of psychological thrillers. They did some comedies. They did quite a mix. And I can give you my pick if you like.
Please.
I mean, since none of us have a pick, yeah, that'd be very helpful.
Oh yeah, because I just dropped on. Yeah. So I'm going for Never Take Candy from a Stranger. I
God
think it
damn
might
it, I
also
was
be
going
called
with that.
Never Take Sweets from a Stranger. Well, I get first dibs.
You shit. I don't have one, but I'll think of
Yeah, we'll all think of one. You do know that there's like a 98% chance that episode's going to be called Unswung Hammers. T,
Ooh.
That's fine.
Y'all.
let's celebrate Kevin's sweep by giving people the business.
We're on the gram, Raiders _of_the_ podcast. We're on Facebook, where I sometimes remember to post stuff on Wednesday. We have a YouTube channel where you can like, subscribe, and comment and watch Kevin's awesome videos. We have a Discord, we have a Blue Sky, and you can always email us at raidersofthepodcast@gmail.com.
As always, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll talk to you next week.
Yeah,
See
see
ya.
you next week, guys.
Milk for milk.